impact. The damages will be lesser. And we've also seen about if you are going to be effective, having your own personal virtual private network like a VPN set up for you so that you can browse safe. And we've seen about pins and how you can move on with all of that.
Yeah.
So today we are going to talk even further. We would give a little attention to companies, even in this aspect. So first off, we're talking about having antiviruses. And people usually will say, why do I need antivirus? And I can get some online. Please, get the licenses for them. I beg you. Because the thing is, we feel we can get these antiviruses from certain black sites. Example like Pirates Bay and all those people.
Yeah. Is Pirate Bay a black site?
We know.
Okay.
You can get it there. Is it good? No.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is that who are you going to blame if anything happens? I always say go to the right source. If you, for example, buy an antivirus, you get the right licenses from them, from let's say Norton's or McAfee or Kaspersky. Yeah. Anything goes south, you have a company, because they are a limited liability company, you can sue them, they can equally sue you.
Yeah.
So you protect yourself and safeguard yourself. That is first step. Get an antivirus, have it working. Please, when it's time that you have to pay, put in your Visa card, pay. Do it right. I beg you. Because I can't stress that enough, because the problems begin from there, you know?
No, it's funny because for so many years, you know, we did this whole thing where and I'm sure some of you are still doing it, where you don't buy, you know, the antivirus, you don't pay for antivirus, you have a cracked version, you know, and you know how you know the funny thing about a cracked version? A cracked version is this thing where you say you've got an antivirus, but it's cracked. That's almost
it's like it's open.
It's a contrary, you know, it's like an oxymoron. You have a cracked antivirus, that's a problem.
The crack gives the opening.
That's a problem.
It gives these bad guys the gateway to quickly come through and do whatever they want to do to you. And they will do it. Now I say that the crimes of late are no more with guns. They are guns one, we'll leave the IGP to do that job. But the ones that will hurt you, and even in Ghana, it's a bit, the issue is quite sad because you can't really trace people. We've not gotten that advanced in technology systems where you can trace people. Yes, we have the electronic transactions act, we have all these laws binding that will allow us to actually, you know, follow up on some of the, that is if the person is caught. Can you trace the IP? Even if you trace, the person doesn't live there anymore. So let's safeguard ourselves. Number two, we'll have to talk about is what you post on the internet. I always say that I would know about you based on what you tell me. If you don't tell me that Kweku, for example, you come from Gomwa or Finso or somewhere, I wouldn't know. Unless you tell me that's not your hometown right there.
No, is there a place like Gomwa or Finso? That's the question. That's the question.
So if you don't tell me, I wouldn't know. But for some reason, millennials, as we have it, everything has to go on social media first. I don't know if it's for the validation or I don't know what the thing is. But if you're posting something, I always ask yourself, if it gets loud, if it goes like viral, if it's brought to you 10 years later, would you be happy? Because the internet never forgets.
No.
So if you know you wouldn't be happy, 10 years later, you are aspiring to be an MP, then we are seeing all your twerking videos out there. Forget it.
That's problematic.
You won't get there. So it depends on a person's goal. Sometimes all of these things need guidance and counseling. But sometimes my father will say common sense should tell you that don't do some of these things. Yes,
I agree. I think sometimes we rest our common sense, take a break from it, you know.
We do.
Just to act up in society. You know, and it's unfortunate because a lot of the safety or lack of safety is just our own doing. Not necessarily always ignorance, but sometimes just really being reckless. You know? Speaking
of reckless, it comes to the issue where people have one email for everything.
You mean, okay, explain that. One email as in.
So, proper practice is to have email, just as I explained in the previous segment that we had. Like I have 2 phones. I have the phone for me, the number for me. if you're not family member, if you're not priority, you won't get the number.
Okay.
And I have the number for everybody.
Okay.
That's the one you use to browse on free Wi-Fi. Nothing will happen. Even if it happens, the damage is not that worse. Now, we use one email for everything that we do. So we create one Gmail, Yahoo.
And then that's
it's the one we use to sign in social apps.
Okay.
It's the one we use to do visa lottery.
Okay.
It's the one. It's the one we use to apply for a job.
Yeah. You use it as a work email. You use it for everything. Okay.
So what you've essentially done is you've created a bin for your entire life in one place.
Okay.
So the moment I get in there,
I can pick access to
everything,
all the things about your life
already. So it's important that you create
different emails
for specific purposes. So for one, my Yahoo email is the one I use to sign in on social apps.
Okay.
So you can't come into my Yahoo email, try and send me a malicious mail and thinking I'll answer it. If I need to go, like I was voting for a friend on some CU I was staying, I use that one.
Okay.
I mean, I don't even check it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's having 1,000 unread emails in there, in spam and all put together. So it's important that you have them and also to recognize these emails, because as it's happening now, being in the internet space, a lot of things are happening. We have malicious emails coming through to you, and sometimes they may even come from your friends who have been hacked. So I see an email coming from Kweku, something, Ajima is Kweku. Let me answer him. Hannah, I want you to do this and do that. Okay, of course it's Kweku. No verification needed. That's the name. He said Kweku David at Gmail. It's him. Then I respond. What I've done is I've linked this person. I've opened the door for the person to come in. Now the damage will be severe because I have created like a bin and I've dumped every information that I have on there in one place by using one email for everything. So that is not like a proper practice if you are interacting in the online space.
I think that's such a brilliant thing, though. And for me, I think what is occurring to me as I'm like, why didn't I think of this? Is the having an email that you use for social media platforms. You see, so it's like whether it's an app, whether it's a web application, whatever it is, having an email that is the only email that you use there. You don't use your regular, proper emails for accessing that. So where have you been all this time to tell us these things?
Around and about.
Why are we finding out today? It's such a critical thing.
Yes, it is. It's actually minute, but it's very severe because people sort of put it aside with the Nyeshe syndrome in the way of reacting with nothing.
But I also think that it's like a kid running because the older brother is chasing them and they run into the road because they have no appreciation of danger.
Exactly.
I think that's really what it is. It's like, oh, what's the most complicated thing or difficult thing that could happen?
Because what's the worst that can happen? Until the worst actually happens with impersonation. Like we have, for instance, now people are impersonating people severally. And this comes under what we call social hacking. Now, when you say hacking, a lot of people feel we are behind some machine. Of course, we are always behind some machines. But you can become a social hacker with just your brain and a phone.
Explain.
I would explain, but I'll leave some parts because you are educating people. You don't want people to also use it. When you talk about social hacking, you're actually using somebody's emotions against a person. It's a high-level con master thing.
Wow.
So I call you. You have my number. So I call you with a different number. I max the voice. Yeah, Charlie, I have a bit of a code. I'm actually stranded somewhere in OUB. Can you send me 400 cedis? You will just send it to me. Oh, of course, it's Hannah. She said she's changed her number, so it's fine. What you refuse to do is you refuse to verify. Now, verification, authentication has got nothing to do with basically just your phone, pins and everything. You have to verify. So we have a case, a typical case that is trending on WhatsApp now. Yeah, Charlie, I'm stuck somewhere. Send me more.
Yeah.
This is my new number. It's a popular scam that is in Ghana now, so please beware wherever you are.
All right, you've been warned. It's a popular scam.
Beware. So you see people telling you they are stranded, and sometimes they can even impersonate people as somebody even above you, like your CEO, and tell you that we've won a contract and you're supposed to, you are the accountant, so we need to make a down payment, authorize that and make the transfer to this account. Follow proper procedures. Verification is necessary. Verify, verify, verify. I can't say that enough. If your friend, also you know your friends. Sometimes these people know they don't have to ask too much because it would just, blow off the alarm. They will ask you for something relatively as tiny as send me 100 cedis. I mean, something that you would give and it wouldn't worry you because it's so social hacking has come into the system. It's coming in emails, it's coming on WhatsApp, it's coming everywhere. Social media applications that you have it, they are there, they are live and they are real. Until you get your money taken away. So please, 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 please be mindful of that. And to add, moving away from that subject in terms of social media and everything, people have monitored your behavior. Once you're interacting with a server somewhere, getting data, loading websites and everything, it comes into what we call the cache and the cookies. Cookies are not chocolate cookies. These are like details, traces of your activities on the web space. So they've seen that Kweku is checking out this new handset that came into town. We've seen Kweku has checked out this new tire from this company for his cars. We've seen he's checked out this and that and that. So it's gathering your preferences. Now what the cache does is keeping like a history of the sites that you've been to, so that the next time you're coming, loading will be easier. So it has stored some of this information. If to be safe, every week you can go into your settings. So if you go into your browser settings, you go to Chrome, you go to history, you will see there every week that you are on there. You could put it like a setting in the last hour, in the last 2 days, clear my cache for me, clear my cookies for me. Because when you do that, then you don't leave traces of yourself as you're browsing, as people are on there going in every single time and all that.
So that's like this one we're looking at here, browsing history. Then you can get rid of it.
Get rid of it, like every week. Make it put it in your calendar.
As part of what you do.
Especially for your sensitive.
So you can see there. You select data, all those things and then clear data.
You clear data. So your cookies will be gone, your browsing history, nobody can trace where you went to and all of that. So that is something that you can do to keep yourself safe. Then when it comes on to being as a business, because somebody was asking me, hey, Hannah, you never talk about businesses. What should we also do? It's right. I always say that good practices starts right from the word go. If you want something good, you don't wait until the mid-level. That's when you're trying to salvage it or trying to do something. No, it won't work. It's right from the beginning. Do not say that, oh, my company is just 5 people. Oh, we are just 10. When we get to 20, we'll start. Oh, our total database, it's not really heavy. We are using about 15 gig here. 20 gigabytes storage. It's not really. When we get to 100, when we get to 1 terabyte, we'll please don't. Procrastination is not good. Start now, start small. There's something for everyone, like the national cake. So even if you're a small business, start adopting the right practices. Such as getting the right licenses for your softwares and your databases. Most offices in Ghana, if you go and do check now, except for a few, everybody is using cracked Microsoft or please, no. I beg. And
then they will say, activate your Windows.
Activate your Windows, then it's down there like that. And then we'll have to now bring
there for a year.
Some cracked version and then we'll come and patch it for you. That one is there. We all know. But do it the right way.
Wrap it up for us.
So, in finishing off, also to the companies, I'd like to stress that more. Hire experts once in a while. Conduct a penetration test on your systems. Full suite. Don't leave everything else. Let's start from applications. Let's come to your database. Let's come to your networking. Let's come to your hardware. Let's check everything for you to ensure that nobody has come there. It's just simply hiring professional, ethical hackers
yeah.
to test your system and see how formidable you are, how strong you are, before the bad guy comes in. We would have lifted the wall. Like Jesus says, you lift the standard against it. Right? So we would have lifted the standard before they come in.
Yeah.
But if you don't do that, I'm sorry, the damage and then the worst, it is quite cheaper to stay safe than to actually say sorry in the end, because the damages are really heavy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we've been having this all-important conversation about how to stay safe online. This is part 2 of the conversation. You can go onto our YouTube page and watch the part 1 as well with Hannah Kwanzaa. She's been giving us this very, very insightful conversations. Let's take a look at entertainment highlights, and Breakfast Daily continues.
Welcome to Entertainment Highlight on Breakfast Daily. My name is Kwame Dazi. Music producer and singer Magnum says he prefers being known as a singer than a beat maker, even though he finds making beats more challenging. Magnum, who is noted for producing some of the most iconic beats in contemporary Ghanaian music, said this in an interview on The Chat. He further revealed that his new single titled Je T'aime Tu is dedicated to his massive following of French-speaking people who are the largest consumers of his music. Explaining the use of French words in his lyrics, Magnum said his music is consumed the most in Francophone countries, so using the French language will help boost his appeal overseas. With over